Hey guys, it's your girl MC Doree. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's what's happening Wednesday. It's in the middle of the week, your midweek boost, and you already know what's going on. Hey, do not, okay, just get discouraged about what's going on outside. Let's talk about inside. Guys, you already know what's going on. 7 p.m. Come on out to Embassies of Christ, 4285 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana, where we are going to have an awesome time. Is this the last Wednesday or is next Wednesday the last Wednesday? I believe this is the last Wednesday. Worship Wednesday, praise and worship Wednesday, guys. Come on out, come have a fabulous time with us. Praise and worship. I'm not sure, we might even get an awesome word as well, but come on out, come on out. I hope to see you there, 7 p.m. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Okay, guys, so let's go, let's come on in. As you come in, just say what's up, how is it going, what's up girl, and all that good stuff. Today, guys, we are still talking about purpose, right? We are still talking about purpose. I told you at the beginning of the month, this month was going to be, they say February is all about love. And I said, you know what? We're going to fall in love with purpose, right? So I want you guys to come on in. Come on in. Hey, girl. Hey. I got T on here. She's saying, what's up? What's up? She's saying, hey to everybody. I know, show me some love. I love it, guys. Make sure y'all send me up some hearts and all that good stuff as well. Show your girl some love, okay, on what's happening Wednesday. All right. We appreciate it. And you already know what I'm doing. You know what I do. I like to go ahead and I like to harass y'all, and I like to share the love. Okay, guys, look now. I we talking about purpose, and I'm telling you, it took purpose to get me on here today, y'all. Look, I just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired. Boo boo. Guys, look, y'all. Come on in. Let's have a good time. You know, we only got a few minutes. I'm only going to take a few minutes of your time. And I'm hoping we're going to have a special guest as well today. Hannah, what's up? What's up? Come on in, Hannah. Come on in, Tony. Y'all make sure y'all share this video. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on. Let me make sure that my special guest knows that I sent out the request. So let me make sure they got the link. She said, ooh, a special guest. Yeah, special guest, y'all. That special guest gonna be me. So I'm telling her right now that I sent the link, and we're gonna go from there. So guys, we are talking about she said yes, share. I love it. Hannah is saying yes, a special guest. Your special guest is me. Okay, I'm here. I made it, y'all. I made it. All right, guys, so let's do this. Let's talk about it. You already know what this month is all about. We're gonna talk about being in purpose. And guys, look, this, let me make sure. Yeah. So this is the last Wednesday of the month, okay? Because next week is the first. So this is the last Wednesday of the month. So I want us to talk about in purpose, being in purpose. And for you guys that are on the line right now, and I know you guys have had some fabulous comments throughout the month that we've been talking about being in purpose, on purpose, for purpose. But in purpose, what does that mean to you, being in purpose, right? Because this is what's happening, okay? The world, the culture is doing its own thing. They're doing their own thing, right? It's not even about finding out what God has for you, right? It's all about what's going to make you the most money, what's going to make you happy. It's all about me. And I want to say, you know what? I'm not going to say it's anybody's fault, right? But then I can blame somebody, right? I can blame somebody, but I'm not going to say it's anybody's fault. Remember how some of us, and maybe Tony and Hannah, you guys can probably maybe agree with this. When I was growing up and I was in school, it was all about what was going to make more money, right? What money was going to make me happy. I kind of grew up, you know what I'm saying, on the low end, right? You know what I'm saying? What they say, we was poor. We only had P and O. We ain't had the OR in poor, right? So we was poor, right? And so it was all about trying to do better than your parents, right? Trying to make more money than your parents, trying to make sure you didn't, if you grew up in the projects or the ghetto, that you was at least, in mid class, upper class, right? Things of that nature. So it really wasn't about what you wanted, right? Or what you desired or what you had a passion for. It was about making more money. And if you were in that situation or know someone that was in that situation or even agree to that, make sure that you send me a comment on that, right? So when I was in school, it was like, okay, well, I'll go into nursing, right? I'll go into nursing because I know nursing, you can move up in nursing. It was always say you can make so much money in nursing, things of that nature. And so that's what I was going to do, So I went to school. I went in, let's see here, the Career Center. I was able to get my CNN. And once I left the Career Center, I went for my LPN. And, my journey was going to be LPN and then RN, right? But as I was going to school for my LPN, I ended up getting pregnant and Snoop came, right? So that kind of switched a lot of things. But I'm going to tell you this, as I was going to school for my CNA and then my LPN, I wasn't really interested. I wasn't interested in doing it. I was good at it, learning it, but I really didn't see myself doing that forever. And I didn't do it, right? But I think my special guest is here, so we are going to bring her on. And so yeah, I want you guys, we are talking about being in purpose. I want to hear your comments about that, and I want to hear your comments about being in an era where it didn't matter about what you wanted to do. It was about how much money that you can make while doing it, how turning your life around from where or how you grew up. But as you guys are thinking about that, I am going to go ahead and bring on my special guest, okay? So if you have not already checked out social media, listen to what I've been saying all month about being in purpose, the Women in Purpose is going to be live, okay, March 3rd at the Dean and Barber Community Center, and we're going to be talking about purpose. Duh. Okay, and I want to bring on the host of this special event. Let me bring her on. Boop, boop. Hey, girl, hey. I have Shabria Shine on the line, okay? And we are about to get lit talking about purpose. Yes. So for those who may not know who she is, Shabria, who are you?
Well, everybody, hello. I am Shabria Shine. And so I'm multifaceted as an individual. So I'm a speaker and author. I'm a producer. I just wrote a stage play a couple of years ago, and we have done that in several cities. I dance, I sing as well, singer-songwriter. So I'm an empowerer and an entertainer. There you have it. Who loves the Lord? Ooh, ooh.
Yes, and all that, right? And all that. Who a servant of the Lord, right?
Yes.
Hannah says, wait a minute. She said, you got an echo. Okay, Hannah, she's like one of my producers. She's my producer. So she said, you got an echo, girl. And then she said, I knew this is where this was going. Hey, girl.
Hey, Hannah.
So make sure, are you on your phone?
No.
Okay, so make sure that no one's phone the volume is up if your phone is in there, because we do have a little echo. We want to make sure we hear everything you say, girl.
Okay, let me see if I need to turn it down. Did that make it better or not really?
And then here go Lewis. Hello, everyone. That's his voice. Hello, Lewis. Yes, you better come on and support. So, Shabria, okay. So let's talk about it. Let's
Mhm.
just talk about it. So, I don't know if you've been watching this month, but instead of while you were talking about love, I was talking about purpose, right? This entire month.
Yes.
And I said, you know what? We are going to fall in love with purpose. So that's what we've been talking about on What's Happening Wednesday, the entire month. Falling in love with purpose and finding out what our purpose is. So, in purpose, on purpose, for purpose, that's what I will be speaking about at this fabulous women empowerment, or I'm going to say it's a women's empowerment, but it's women in purpose. So tell our listeners exactly where that came from and what they can expect March 3rd at 6:30 p.m. where you can get your tickets at shabriashine.com for only $25.
Yes. So I love empowering. If some of the ladies who are listening, if anybody watches me or listens to me or follows me, I love to encourage. I love to uplift women. And so I have a podcast which is entitled Max Out Girl. And the purpose of that is to encourage women to maximize their potential in every area of their lives. And so when I think about that, I think about not settling for less than God's best for your life in every area, but whether in your faith, whether in relationships, self love, whether in your finances or a career. And I'm such a purpose driven person. And I feel like with the podcast, maxing out is part of like fulfilling that God given purpose that He has for you and taking no for an answer, like not taking no for an answer. You're going to get there. You are going to pursue this purpose. And I know sometimes it can be hard for individuals to like, well, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? And we'll get all into all of that kind of thing. But I just really want to encourage women to go for it. Don't settle for less just because, kind of like what you were saying a little bit earlier, sometimes we go for what's popular or what's making money or what someone else is saying we should do with our lives versus what God put in our heart to do. Maybe it seems too hard or impossible or it's not the right time. And so we are just going to encourage ladies on March 3rd. It is going to be like a pump up and a pep rally. We are just going to impart purpose and energy and strength and life again. And even if you do know your purpose, just to really push you and to stretch you and encourage you even further to keep going with that passion and that fire. And it's just going to be a great time of fellowship, of food, of fun, of course, because you know we bring the hypeness. It's going to be a great night. And like she said, it's only $25. We're going to have so much fun. And it's going to be the Three Single Women Chronicles, ladies. Doree is a speaker, Denise Shackleford. I'm hosting, but I'm also going to be shedding a little light as well. So we're going to have a great time.
All right, all right. And so, and like you said, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about purpose. So tell us, for those who are struggling. So I'm going to ask you, how or when did you find out what your purpose is? And then for anyone who did not hear you earlier, what is your purpose?
Yes. So for me, I feel like as a little girl, it actually became evident, but it was a process throughout my adulthood to say, okay, now I really know this is my purpose. And I don't want to discourage that person who feels like, I don't know, I'm all over the place. I have a lot of gifts and talents. What am I supposed to do? It can also be seasons too in life. Sometimes it's not this grandiose, this is the destination, but there can be different seasons where God has a different purpose for you in that season. So stay encouraged, ladies. If you feel like I have a lot of gifts and talents, this season I'm doing this, that season I'm doing that, that's also okay. But I've always been an entertainer. Always. And my parents, my sister, my family, they've always reminded me of that. From 2 years old, we get together with the family. I get my grandpa's hat and his cane, and I would put on a show for our entire family. So I would sing, I would dance, I would sing the blues. I would just do all of that. And in elementary school, I discovered that I had a gift of dance. That's actually the first gift I discovered. And in kindergarten, I started dancing. I was a little mascot, the cheerleader, and progressively started dancing, taking professional dance lessons, then going to performing arts school, learning more about acting and singing and those types of things. But as life went on, I did go to performing arts school, but as life went on, I had a little time of being a professional dancer, but life happened. Like my father was like, being a dancer or an entertainer, that's not a real job. You need to do something for security. What if you get hurt, injured? My mom's like, go for it. We know you're an entertainer. But then, like I said, life happened and I injured myself and I went into retail because I love fashion as well. So I went into retail and moved really fast to being a manager. So I did that for several years, almost a decade. But in between that time, I was still doing entertainment on the side when I could. And it came to almost 10 years where I was like, I am miserable. I want to entertain again full time. I want to get back into this. And so for me, it was always that deep desire in me. It never went away. I would try to suppress it. It never went away. I would try to suppress it. And then even now, as a Christian, I'm very big on doing things that honors God, and it was a lot of things that were compromised in the entertainment industry that bugged me. So sometimes your purpose could be that thing that bugs you or that thing that you want to fix or you think it's wrong. And God's like, well, it's for you to do something about it. And so back right now, I'm right back into what I want to do. I'm going to have a productions company where I do shows and events and things like that. But it was a journey getting to that. I just recently, maybe about a year ago, was able to quit my full-time job and really pursue full-time what I believe God's purpose is for me. Did that kind of answer your question, Doree?
Yes, it did. And then you hit on a nugget. You hit on a nugget where you said that, and I say it like this. I know me and my husband say it like this. Problem solver. You see, you kind of get it on there where it's like you said, it may be something that God, something that you don't like and you must fix, right? A problem solver, right? Something that God has given you that special talent to do that no one else can do it like you. Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about that as well, because like you said, okay, as a young girl, I entertained. I was basically born an entertainer, right? However it was, right? And things happen, but you shifted right back into it, right? The enemy will try to stop you, and you shift right back into it. So tell us a little bit about how you're, the purpose, but like you said, life happened. Mm-hmm. How were you able to shift back into it? And this is like the question, right? Because like you said, we have so many gifts and talents, right? Yeah. So like you said, you pursued it, you studied, you went to school, you did it professional, something happened, life happened, you went in another direction, mm-hmm. but then you shifted back.
Yeah.
So, was that something that you did, or do you believe God put you back in that direction?
To be honest, I believe ultimately God did it. He has a way of really doing things. And us who are believers, I really believe that God will get us on track when we're seeking Him. We have that personal relationship with Him, and we're asking Him to guide our lives. And we know that the steps of a good man or woman are ordered by the Lord. And I'm really big on these scriptures because sometimes you can feel like, what is my purpose? And to me, it got so frustrating because I am so purpose driven. I was frustrated and just like, God, what is it? What am I supposed to be doing? But you're absolutely right. God got me back into it because I was doing really well actually in retail management. I ended up going back to school and getting a business degree actually because I was really good at business and I love fashion. However, as much as I love fashion, after a while, I just started to lose the passion for the management piece. And then I ended up going into a church that I was going to, ended up hiring me to speak. And that was delightful. I was able to do performing arts on the side with that job. But it really happened when I got married, like fully going into it. That was a God thing. And then I had to quit my job anyway and move to where my husband lived because we're long distance. And in that time, I was really soul searching because he worked full time. I didn't have a job at all. I was just a stay-at-home wife, which nothing is wrong with that. It was great for a while, but I just started getting like depressed. Like, okay, God, what am I supposed to be doing here? I'm in another state. I don't have a job. I don't want to go back to retail. I want to entertain, but some of the things that are here, I don't want to be a part of. What do I need to do? And my husband asked me the question, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I know what I want to do. I want to act. I want to sing. I want to dance. He's like, well, do it. And I'm like, well, how do I just do it? And so what I did was I just got on my YouTube channel and did, I called it Single Women Chronicles at the times. It was just monologues each week. I did improv monologues about certain issues I felt women were going through. And then I just discuss it afterwards. And, not a whole lot of traction. There was some traction. But I feel like sometimes with the Lord, you have to take the first step of faith and He opens up the door. When I was done with that series, someone messaged me on Facebook and was like, hey, do you act? I would love you to be in a show. And I'm like, well, where's the show? She's like, Chicago. I'm like, oh, I live in South Carolina. She thought I still lived in Indiana. And
Wow.
I was like, "Do I need to audition? What do I need to do?" She's like, "No. If you want the part, it's yours. No audition." And it was a singing part and an acting part. I'm like, "Wait, you haven't heard me sing. You never have you even seen me act?" I thought she saw the monologue project, but she had never seen it. And I know
Mm.
that was God. And I talked to my husband, like, we'd have to go back to Indiana for, these couple months. And he's like, let's do it. And we did it. And
Wow.
I know that was God. He opened up the door. But I do believe it was because I took a step of faith to say, hey, I don't know how I'm going to get back into acting and different things, but I'm going to step out on faith. My husband says, just go for it, just do something by faith.
Mhm.
And I did. And again, not a lot of traction. Some women enjoyed it, but it didn't like blow up. But then that opportunity came. And from that opportunity, me and my husband were involved in that stage play. It really sparked in us like, we can do this ourselves
Wow.
because I love to write. And I'm like, God gave me a stage play after that. And rest is history, Single Woman Chronicles. And I know that was the Lord. And that's just how I got back into it. And ever since then, the Lord allowed me to leave my job. Someone saw me perform and they enjoyed it. And they were like, hey, we need to sign you for a contract to be able to do performances and do events and do shows because we love what you do. And I was able to quit my job. So all of that was a God thing. I didn't pursue those things. I just took a step of faith.
Wow, 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 wow. Let's talk about it. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. For those who have come in, we are talking to Shabria Shine, okay? Host of Women in Purpose and so much more. That is March 3rd at the Dean and Barber Community Center, and that's going to be March 3rd, 6:30 p.m. I need you to get your tickets. Come on out. We're talking about being in purpose. And so for those who have joined, I want you to put in the comments, what is your purpose? Do you know what your purpose is? And if you don't know, it's okay. Why? Because you can come out March 3rd and join us and we can talk about it. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put you on. It took a while for me to find out what my purpose was. And so that's why I'm so passionate about purpose because, like you said, you kind of knew early on, but some of us didn't. Some of us was lost, and I am one of those people. And so I love to encourage those who believe they cannot have a relationship with God because of their past experiences. And in that, purpose has just soared. Like, I'm just so excited about purpose and finding it out. But God left like breadcrumbs. I feel like, throughout my entire life it was breadcrumbs that either I followed or I didn't follow, right?
Mhm.
God is not going to leave you in the dark. What happens is we close the door, we shut the blinds, and we put ourselves
Right.
in the dark. He doesn't leave you in the dark. I'm so excited about being a part of this because for those who truly do not, and I'm gonna tell you, had no idea about purpose, was only taught to, go get it. However you can go get it, right? You know what I'm saying? Make that money. What they say, chase that bag. That's
Yeah.
how I was raised, right? And I'm talking about I did not find out real purpose for myself until a few years ago. And far from a spring chicken. But anyway, but I'm gonna tell you this. It's never too late. It's never too late. And
Yes.
so that's why I'm so excited. So you have different walks of life that's going to be presented. And telling you that you're not, I don't care if you come in there and you 99 and a half, like you still got time. If you come up in there, you breathe and you woke up and you like, Lord, what's up? You still got time to operate and be in purpose, right?
Yes.
And so I'm so excited about that. Let me see, we do got some comments. Let's see, what is Miss Connie talking about real quick? I love you, Miss Connie. She said it's all about stepping out in faith with God,
Yes.
even if it feel uncomfortable. I love that. And I'm gonna tell you, because if you're so used to one thing, I'm telling you, me and my husband was just talking about this. Like, if you've just been doing something for so long, one way, and then here you go getting pushed to change, or
Yeah.
and sometimes, a lot of times for us, as we mature, we get older, right? We feel like, wait a minute, I've been doing this for such and such years. I don't need
Yeah.
to change.
Yeah.
Come on, let's talk about it, Shabria. Let's talk about it. Because I think that's a lot of times, in a lot of ways, that as a people, saved or unsaved, we get stuck because we don't want to change.
Yeah.
And why don't we want to change? Either we're too stubborn or we're scared. Let's talk
Mhm.
about it, Shabria. What you
Yeah.
got to say
Or
about that?
even we're comfortable. I would say for me, even though I'm laughing at Miss Connie said not older, but more mature.
Mature. Yeah, that's because that's
Mature.
my word right
Yeah,
there. That's my
mature. There
word.
you go.
Mature.
Yeah. I would say it is so easy. For me, I would say sometimes it was fear, but now it would be leaving my comfort zone. Like, even
Mm-hmm.
though God was opening up doors, let's say for me to leave my job and go full time in entrepreneurship, I almost stayed at the job because for years, for pretty much most of my life, I had a
Mm-hmm.
paycheck rolling in every 2 weeks. You know
Come on
exactly what
now.
it is. You know what's going on. No matter what changes, you know what's happening.
Yeah.
As most people know, entrepreneurship is not that way. So even
Mm-mm.
though, I would start excited about, oh, I'm starting to be able to walk in purpose, it took such a huge leap of faith. And it does take a lot of changing, and I'm still changing. And I'm realizing now, the Lord told me there's certain areas I refuse to change that's hindering my business, that if I don't change it
Mm.
quickly and adapt quickly, it will not grow. And
Mm.
like you said, when we get in our 30s and 40s, and I'm hitting 40, I'm like, you used to being who you are, right? You ain't trying to change.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
trying to do nothing uncomfortable. You're not trying to. And for me, I realized I've been so comfortable for so long. But if I
Mm-hmm.
don't break out of it like dramatically and quickly, it's going to hinder what God has called me to do. And that is a big thing. I think no one will do anything great if they stay or live in their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. No one, you will not do anything great if you stay in your comfort zone. And then also, Lewis says nothing worth having can be found in their comfort zone. I mean, you got to get out of it. And I know
Yeah.
sometimes like she said, it could be scary. You're
Mhm.
jumping to something, and especially if as we mature, right? We're like, wait a minute. And I'm gonna say this. God told me for 2023. It was so clear, and he was like, this year you will this is the year for you to jump out, make mistakes. He said, I don't care if you got to do it 20, 30, 40. And he was going high in the numbers. I was like, wait a minute. Ain't nobody, wait a minute, I ain't got time for that, what you mean 20 and 30, 40 times? You gonna do it until
Yeah.
I say it's right. I don't, you know what, it's time out for who's watching. Or they might say, oh dang, she just started this
Yep.
January, now she doing this February, and she doing this March. Well, heck, I didn't know what I was doing in January and February.
Right.
God finally, showed up, and I finally listened in March, right? You
Yeah.
cannot be concerned about what people are saying, because people can't dictate what God has for you,
Yes.
right? Let me see. Miss Connie got something to say on this month. Miss Connie, talk. Thank you, Miss Connie. We missed you. Okay, dang, where you been all month? Ugh. Okay, anyway. So it says, being an entrepreneur God's way, it gives you the opportunity to have wisdom.
Yes. And to trust
Yes.
him. Yes.
Let's talk about it. She said, hallelujah, amen, hallelujah. Let's talk about wisdom. Let's talk
Mhm.
about, and I'm going to say this, right? A lot of times, we're asking for so much. Oh Lord, give me more money. Oh Lord, give me more time. Oh Lord, give me more wisdom. Because with
Yeah.
wisdom, you're gonna get that time and you're gonna get that money. Okay,
Yep.
let's talk.
That's
Let's
so
talk
good.
about it. Let's talk about it, Sharbaria. When it comes to wisdom and knowledge and not leaning on your own understanding going into this, how has listening to God has really put you in a different position?
Yeah. Definitely going forward in this year has made such a huge difference because, as you know, you've been part of the stage play. You've been kind of part of my beginning process of kind of launching into the deep on my own projects. And the Lord was showing me where I was zealous, but I didn't get the wisdom in certain areas. Not everything, but certain things that failed was because I was zealous. And I was thinking, God, you told me to do this vision, so I'm running with it. Right. But every step of the way, you have to acknowledge him in all your ways because he'll give you wisdom. He'll give you divine strategies. There's no failure in him. So there are certain things that I'm like, okay, in 2023, reel it on in. Kind of like you said, when you're walking in purpose, you can't care what people think. If you make mistakes, if you fail, you can say, you know what, I'm sorry. I need to not do this year, or I need to step back, or God told me no, or to not do this project. It's okay. You can't worry about what people are going to think, what they're going to say, because it's God's opinion that matters, and He's going to bless it, right? If you're obedient. And so, yeah, the Lord just keeps encouraging me. I'll give you divine strategy. I'll teach you how to profit. I'll lead you in the way that you should go. But you got to trust me. And sometimes I found with myself, because I'm so purpose driven, once the Lord shows me what I'm supposed to do, I'm gone. And God said, okay, but you still need me during the process. That's why I got to give you step by step. Because if I gave you all the steps, you wouldn't even seek me. And so it's so important, I found, to seek God along the way. Don't just run with it, but really seek him in all things, every little thing, even a little thing that you think, oh, I got this. I done did this a million times. I've been in so many shows. I know how to run this. No, because this is a supernatural thing. It's so different. So yeah, seek wisdom is so important because God has supernatural wisdom in store for us as entrepreneurs. Where if we seek in Him, doing it His way, we cannot fail. So it's so important.
Amen, amen, amen. And I like that. And so, real quick, Lewis says this. Lewis says things to get out of in 2023. Your comfort zone, check. Debt, check. Bad relationships, check, 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 check. And he said the house. Okay. Who's still in the house? Who's still in the house in 2023?
The house.
You need to get your butt whipped. Get outside. Okay, get out the house in 2023.
Only my husband. Oh my God. Get out the house, y'all. Get out the house.
Get out the house. He said it's time to move around, okay? And Miss Connie said she is getting ready for her show.
Yes.
Shout out to Miss Connie. Okay, her 1 year anniversary. We're gonna shout you out, Miss
Congratulations.
Connie. She has her 1 year anniversary coming up, okay? And Miss Connie is definitely in purpose, and she is one who has shifted in purpose. Still in purpose. Let's talk about that real quick. We only have a few more minutes, guys. Thank you so much for joining. But let's talk about the shift, right? I did a post about Miss Connie, and my advertisement has been kind of different with advertising about this about women in purpose, right? So my advertising, I don't know if you noticed, Sharbria, I advertised basically highlighting people in purpose. And as I highlighted them in purpose, the questions was basically, are you in purpose? If so, still join us. So do you have questions about being in purpose? Join us for, March 3rd, right? And Miss Connie was highlighted because in her, as she has matured and God has, and you said it's something that you may be shifted, right? Or God may shift you in your purpose, still in purpose with young women, right? That was a purpose for her, and that's never going to leave, right? But God in that brought out gifts that she didn't even know she had, talents that she didn't even know she had, that not only propelled her in the ministry for women, but has also given her another stream of income as well. So as a seamstress, clothing designer, she is coming up on her 1 year anniversary of being in her boutique, and she's going to have a show. So Miss Connie, if you're still on here, how you can put in the comments that shift. Did it just happen, or did God have to pull you out? Because that's one thing too. Sometimes I feel like sometimes God has to pull us out, because she's been a hairstylist for over 30 plus years, and she still has clients to today, right? She still has clients today, even though she's in another part of her life going into a different purpose, but everything is still surrounded by women, right? She's still mentoring, she's still servicing women, but now not only is she servicing them in being a mentor spiritually and in dance, she's also training them up in how to wear their clothes, dress in modesty, in class. So Miss Connie, did God have to pull you by your coattail? Did he have to give you a spanking to get in that purpose? Okay, so so the different shifts. So I'm so excited about March 3rd.
Yes.
I think y'all can see, right? I think y'all can see we're so excited about it. I'm so excited about March 3rd. Sharbria, why people are still on, she said yes, he had to give her a spanking. I knew it, Miss Connie, you was being naughty. You were saying no, and he was saying yes. So real quick, Sharbria, for those who are just joining, who are going to watch the replay, go ahead and tell us all about March 3rd and how they can get their tickets.
Yes. So March 3rd is our Women in Purpose Empowerment. So this is going to be a powerful time of women. Three speakers. We're going to be encouraging you to go after all that God has for your life. Whether you're already walking in purpose or don't know your purpose, we're just going to really encourage you, put an extra fire under you, and just really just upgird you with truth. And so we're excited. It's going to be so much fun. Of course, food, of course, picture opportunities, just fun, amazing time, shopping and vendors and everything. So come on out, March 3rd. It's from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. on a Friday night, ladies. It is Friday. And you can go to sharbria.com or sharbriashine.com, either one, and go to events. And there you can check it out. It is our Women in Purpose Empowerment. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Okay, and do you have any last comments before we go, girl? It's been 30 some minutes already. We've been having
Dang, I
fun.
know, ready to go fast. Yeah, I would just say with purpose, don't be discouraged if you don't know your purpose or you feel like it's changed. That's happened to me as well. As you heard Jeree kind of talk about it, she didn't know it till later in life. Mine seemed like it changed. And recently, as I got older, I finally figured it out, but it took a while. And sometimes I'm like, is this it? Is that it? It's okay. It's not necessarily a destination. It's the journey and the process with God, and He'll bring you to that destination and that purpose that He has for you. So be encouraged. Come on out, March 3rd. We're going to get you on track.
All right, and then I love this last comment from Miss Constance Clinton. She said, "Yes, he always chases the ones he loves."
Yes, he
I
does.
love that, Miss Connie. That is so awesome. Yes, yes, yes. So if you feel like God is pulling on you, and every time you turn around, He's sitting there telling you no to this and yes to that, it's because He loves us. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us, and He created us for Him for a reason. We were created
Yes.
by God for God. We have purpose. We are purpose intended. Okay. So thank you, Miss Connie. Thank you for all of you guys who have commented on the show today. You have been such a blessing. And don't leave us at all. So guys, don't forget, okay? Don't forget, you already know what today is, midweek boost, okay? Because come join us at 4285 Cleveland Street, Gary, Indiana. That is Embassies of Christ. And I believe it is praise and worship night. So we're going to have an awesome, awesome night and praise and worship and just glorifying God. So come and join me tonight. Also, do not forget, like Shabria said, come join us for Women in Purpose. It's all about finding out why you are here. If you believe that you are just existing and not living, come join us March 3rd. We're going to have an awesome time. Don't forget you can get your tickets on sharbriashine.com, only $25. And if you cannot join us but still want to donate, please go on there and donate as well. We will appreciate it, and thank you so much. So guys, that is it. This is your girl MC Doree, and you already know what to do. Don't go nowhere.
What's happening Wednesday? What's happening Wednesday?
We hope you enjoyed the show, and join us after 5 every Wednesday for What's Happening Wednesday. Also, don't forget to join us 7 p.m. at Embassies of Christ at 4285 Cleveland Street in Gary, Indiana for your midweek boost in faith. What's Happening Wednesday would like to thank our sponsors. We love you and appreciate you. If you would like to be a sponsor or on the show, DM What's Happening Wednesday on our Facebook page or email MUADoree communitypromotion@gmail.com. Thank you for your support. Now go be a blessing and share this video. You never know who may need it. And we will see you next time on What's Happening Wednesday.